All right, we're live. Back again with another lesson. After how long? um,
Back from
so we have a new segment, Deconstruction. This will be Friday night, 9:30, 9:45-ish lesson. Yeah, so we're going to get into it. This is all about really just, you know, getting our people to understand the culture in which the Most High gave us. We're going to be touching on a lot of topics, just dealing with the basics of being in this truth and what it means to be an Israelite in this truth, and stepping out of the norm, I guess, in the Israelite community, things that we deem normal or things that we thought was normal, things that we were brought up doing, that is no longer conducive to what needs to be done moving forward. So I'll be your teacher tonight, Deacon Kanash, and my brother to the right,
Shamar.
So we'll both be your teachers, right? All right. So let's get into it. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and 11.
You said 1 Corinthians 13 and what?
1 Corinthians 13, chapter 13 and verse 11. Okay.
1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child.
Right. So when you're a child, the scriptures say that foolishness is bound in the child. And a lot of times when we come into this truth, we're babes. We're babes to the truth. Some people come in and, they watch 3 YouTube videos and they off to the races. And they start teaching and, going in, and they go on the street corner, get confounded, and they start to realize, oh, I didn't know what I thought I knew, right? So we come into this truth a lot of times thinking that we know something when we really don't know nothing. We're kids, we're babes. And, we think as babes, even though we think that we don't, but in the eyes of the Most High and Yahushai, that's absolutely what we are. 10 years in the truth, you're young. 20 years in the truth, you're young, right? You're talking about a nation that goes back thousands of years, right? And being in the truth for only 10, 20, 30, you're a babe, you're a child. We're ever learning, right? Read.
But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
Right? And there's a time that we have to become men and women, and we have to put the childish things away. Specifically in the Israelite community, we have to put those things away. We have to think like grown adults moving forward, right? That was it. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 17. So, talking about culture and heritage, right? There's a need for us to deconstruct, break down, and, sway you guys a different way, and to re-instruct you guys into a better way, to a way which may be inconvenient for some people because of what they've been taught in this truth. I feel like a lot of people in this truth have been hurt. A lot of people in this truth, or this thing that we call the truth, have been led astray. They haven't been taught well. They haven't been raised up to exemplify good character. There's a lot of things that I could say that's wrong with the Israelite community, and we need to start to fix those things, right? And one thing that I want to start with is definitely culture, right? Jeremiah chapter 17. 17 and verse 4. Let's read that.
And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Right? So the Most High said, we're going to be discontinued from the heritage that he gave us. Right? Read.
I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Right? He said he's going to cause us to serve our enemies in the land that we don't know. Right? We came over here to the Americas, and even before then, we've been led into every nation under this earth into captivity, and we've been serving our enemies ever since. You know, anything we want from our enemies, just like it's saying in Deuteronomy chapter 28. If you want food, if you want shelter, if you want clothing, you have to go to your enemies for that. Right? The Most High stripped us from our heritage, something that he gave us, right? Go to Romans chapter 9. Let's read the heritage that the Most High gave us. And mind you, it was something that, you know, that we were supposed to hold dear to us. We were supposed to hold this dear to us and not forsake it. But we did. Go ahead, you can read that. I'll get there. Romans 9, and let's read verse 1.
Romans 9 and 1. I say the truth in Christ, I lie not.
Right, this is Paul speaking, right? So he's telling us the truth, right? Read.
My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Christ for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh.
Right, so Paul is saying that he wished that he was accursed for his people. Why? Because he sees the state in which his people is in. Mind you, Paul was a Pharisee. Before he got enlightened by Christ, he was a Pharisee. He was killing Israelites. Right? So he had to, when Christ stopped him in the midst of his sin, he had to reflect, like, and look back, like, dang, I could see the destruction of my people. And the crazy part is, I was a part of that destruction, destroying my people. I was the cause of that. I had a part to play in that. Right? So Paul said, man, I really feel for my people. Right? Because of the state that we're in, right? Read.
Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory.
Right? So, who are Israelites, who pertaineth the adoption. So, the Most High chose us, right? He brought us into his fold, right? Read.
And the glory.
The glory, right? The glory that he gave us, right? When he set up the priesthood, when he set up the high priest, the sons of Aaron, the Levites, right? The glory that he gave them to minister to the nation, right? Read.
And the covenants.
And the covenants, right? The covenants that he gave us back then and the covenants that he gave us now and the covenants that he will give us. This belongs to us, right? Read.
And the giving of the law.
And the giving of the law. Why? Because the giving of the law was to us. It wasn't given to nobody else but us. And in the law, there's a whole bunch of things that's in the law, right? That has to do with our culture and how we should conduct ourselves, right? From what we wear to what we eat, right? To how we convocate, to how we worship. This is all for us, to how the nations view us, to how we're supposed to deal with each other and deal with the nations, right? The Most High gave us this. We're supposed to be the upper echelon of the nations. We're supposed to be up here. But yet we're still down here. Even in the truth, we still find ourselves being the niggas. The nations mastered us. They took us, made us slaves, called us niggas and spigs. And when you want to sit at the table, you got to wear a suit and tie, and you got to your fork. You can't put your elbows on the table, But now we just looked at as savages. So it's like we flip roles. Right? Read.
And the giving of the law and the service of God.
And the service of God. We were the only ones to serve the Most High intimately, closely. Right? And then it was given to us, and then we teach the nations how they're supposed to conduct themselves. But now we're in the state of we're docile. We're diluted. The nations just look at us and that's another sister shaking her tail on TV. There's another brother gang banging and killing each other, and that's how we look. That's not what our culture was supposed to be at all, period. But social media, propaganda, all type of stuff that's going on within media it's formulating just all type of wickedness within the so-called Black and Latino community. Right? Read.
And the promises.
And the promises, right? Read.
Whose are the fathers.
Whose are the fathers, read.
And of whom concerning the flesh Christ came, who is over all, God bless forever. Amen.
Right. And then Christ came for us. But we don't act like it. We don't act like Christ came for us. Right? You got something?
I'm gonna talk about it in a minute, but yeah, we really have to redefine our culture, and that starts with character, right? If you have the character of an individual as a treacherous person, and they're in a leadership position or a top or a very influential figure, right? You're gonna create a culture of treachery. You're going to create a culture and where it's an acceptable way to move amongst your people that is against the ways of the Most High. Real quick, let's go to Matthew 25. When we talk about the law, for example, right? And that's the unfortunate reality that should show you where we are as a people, because we're still having disputes as to whether or not the law needs to be kept and to what degree and how. It's still people trying to figure out the new moon. Like, it's in history. Still people trying to finagle doctrines and find ways to be able to sleep with harlots and prostitutes and teach men so. Still ways that people be trying to avoid having to keep Sabbaths by just changing up doctrines. All of these things, it just really goes to show it's like singing. Like, once you learn the words or poetry, any type of performance, once you learn what to say, then you have to deliver it a certain way, right? The same thing with our service to the Most High. You can't just know the information. It has to be delivered, and it has to be delivered a certain way. We are providing a service. You don't like if you go to a restaurant and somebody, they late, they not checking in on you, they not satisfying your needs, and then when you talk to them and you try to correct them, they like, well, I did it, didn't I? Like, that's
Fact.
We haven't even gotten there yet, right? To be able to build up the character that's in our culture, because we still disputing over the obvious.
Right.
Matthew 25. Let's start at verse 31 and read to the rest of the chapter.
Con. Matthew chapter 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on the right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world.
And what did these people do? So these are those that are acceptable. And there's an emphasis throughout the scriptures of the law. And right after the law, you see a huge emphasis on character. You see a huge emphasis on how you treat your people, how you even think about your people, how you regard your people. That's a huge point that is stressed, right? Go ahead.
For I was an hungered, and ye gave me meat.
Go ahead.
I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in. Naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and you came unto me.
Go ahead.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered, and fed thee, or thirsty, and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger, and took thee in, or naked, and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick, or in prison, and came unto thee?
So they was asking, like, wait a minute, when did we get a chance to do that? Because there were those who were born righteous before Christ, and there's those who are born righteous after. So they're trying to figure out, well, when did we get a chance to? Now, they would have been willing. A lot of people are willing, right? Well, of course I would do that. That's Christ. Of course I would listen to Christ. He's Yahweh Shai. Of course I would feed Yahweh Shai. He's the King of Kings. Of course I would go and see him in prison and visit him when he's sick and give him some exhortation when he's feeling low. Of course I would. But he said what? Go ahead.
And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
He said, now, if you want to do that for me, because, we're not born in Christ's time where we can see him walking the earth and, go minister unto him and join the mission. But you know what you can do? You could do like what he told Peter to do, feed the sheep.
God.
You can do that to this day because Israel needs feeding.
God.
Israel needs, and not just feeding, because, just like with doctrine, there's different qualities of food. If you get in that spiritual Jack in the Box, you getting that, because that's a big manner of culture that we see. Everybody wants to come with this new thing. Everybody wants to have this incredible new discovery of doctrine and this amazing new thing to tell Israel. And the whole time, what does that profit your soul?
Nothing.
People will debate you. Every time they see you, they want to try to tell you how the earth is flat. And it's like, bro, they don't have nothing to do with your salvation.
Or debates.
Or debates.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's some debates that are,
Yeah.
But debates, like all that is not good. It's not good for your soul.
It's not profitable.
Especially if you're not working on character.
Right.
What is the debate when you don't have no character?
Exactly. So if the earth is flat or if it's a sphere or like, okay, so when you get to the gates, are you going to get asked, one more thing before I let you one more thing. Is it flat or is it spherical?
Come.
Oh, Lord. Nah, that's not what's going to be important. Drop down to verse 45.
Verse 45. Then shall he answer them, saying...
I'm sorry, 44.
44. Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hungered, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee?
So these are those that did not do these things. They didn't show that natural and innate love for their people. They didn't show that natural compassion for their people. They weren't willing to be an aid and a relief. Man, I kid you not. You can save somebody's life, by being there for them, by being a friend for them at the right time.
Come.
Because Israel, we go through it.
Come.
Even when we was in Jerusalem, there were still those who were plagued by spirits. I'm talking about we knew we was Israel. We had, garments. We was observing Sabbaths. We had on fringes. And you still had people who needed relief. People who needed help. People who needed compassion. People who needed a brother, a friend. Mm-hmm. So he said, for those that weren't doing this, he said, man, go ahead.
Then shall they also answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee and hungered, or athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not minister unto thee? Then shall he answer them, saying, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye did it not to one of the least of these, ye did it not to me.
Go ahead.
And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into the life eternal.
And that's worthy of damnation.
Come.
Not being willing to help your people, not being willing to be a relief, to be an aid, not willing to help somebody. And notice, he didn't say, oh, you didn't do it to the king, to another king. You didn't do it to King David or Josiah or Hezekiah. You didn't do it to somebody incredible. He said, you could do it to the least of my brethren. And I regard this and reward it as if you were doing it to me personally. That's how important it is for us to have the right character, the right mind frame when it comes to our people. We're building a nation, right? Most of our history has been in us in captivity, trying to rebuild. There's a need for those who have to distribute. There's a need for those who are able to go forth. There's a need for Israel to get that help. And we know these other nations are not going to do it. We've watched for how long? Pleaded with the other nations, hoping to be able to fit in, that they'll adjust things and allow us to be a part of their kingdom. And what does that come with? Selling out, making a mockery of yourself, your people, and your God. Engaging in all different types of wickedness. That's not what we've been called to do. That's not what's needed. You can. There's always something to do in Israel because there's always someone who needs a call. There's always someone who needs a meal. There's always someone who's got it worse that would rejoice just to have somebody and come and sit with them and help.
Yeah, that's a fact. So, your character is everything. Because if you're talking about building a community and living in a community amongst like-minded Israelites, people are going to see you for who you are. And that's another thing. A lot of people don't want to join camps or congregations or gatherings because they know that their character is messed up. They know they be on BS. They know they don't be real. And then it's all projection. That's all it is. I get it. Some of these camps are messed up. Yeah. Some of them are. The character is horrible. Right. But then on the flip side, you got individualites who they messed up too. They don't want to be around nobody because they know who they are. Right. And there's a need for us to really sit down and really reflect, what am I doing wrong? You need to get into your prayer closet, get into your bag, go fast, go pray, go cleanse yourself. But there's definitely a need to really get into your character bag. Yeah. Get into the bag, because if we talking about living amongst each other, you already know people gonna see it. Yeah, I've been around, brother. I've been around you for a whole month now, or a whole year. I give you a year. You still act the same. You still do the same thing. Still chasing the bottle. Still not doing what you're supposed to do at home. Still not doing what you're supposed to do as a man. Sister, I see you. You still waking up late. You still not feeding your family the things that they need for nourishment. You still not getting things done. You still not doing what you're supposed to do. Your speech is horrible. Brothers too. Don't know how to deal with each other, know how to talk to each other. What are we doing if we talking about we trying to live in a community with each other? But guess what?
Right.
That's why we have the laws and commandments, because it show us how to deal with each other. Mm-hmm. The civil law show us how to deal with each other, right? So we got to be willing to put in that work, to really put in that work. And you have to excuse me. You have to dig deep inside yourself and ask yourself, like, what is wrong with me?
Right.
What is inside of me? What am I doing wrong? What spirits do I have on me? What spirits do I allow to come and go? Mm-hmm. And to have reign in my life whenever it chooses to? That's the work you have to do, right? You have to do that inner work. You have to go to your brothers and your sisters and allow them to be honest with you. Allow them to get it off their chest and say, hey, this is you. And you have to sit in it. And you have to go back, reflect, and say, yeah, I've been on BS. I really need to change. I need to deal better with my sisters. I need to deal better with my brothers.
Yeah. And that takes a vulnerability. That takes a level of humility as well. Like, you know what? Because I think a lot of people can be real with themselves. That's why they choose to leave or to withdraw. Mm-hmm. But this is like a hospital, right? This is where you get the help. You're not gonna get the help if you just like, nah, I'm gonna, be on my own. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna go to the congregation, or I'm not gonna join the congregation to begin with. I'm gonna just do my own thing and just kind of wing it. But then the same thing with your spirit, it's just being winged. It's going to get damaged. Right. It's going to get damaged, right? It's not, real quick on that note, let's go to Matthew 23. Let's get 23 through 28. It's a lot of ego in the Israelite community, and it ends up being extremely counterproductive. And you see how even in the wilderness, those that had ego, they didn't make it. Mm-hmm. They rebelled against Moses, spoke against Moses, gave him problems, refused to humble themselves to the program. And it's like, bro, look at the damage that did, though. And the first thing that it did before it even got exposed was it spread. Let's get that. 23 and 23 down to 28.
Matthew chapter 23 and verse 23. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye pay tithes of mint and anise and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law, judgment, mercy, and faith. These ought ye to have done, and not to leave the other undone.
So they was giving tithes, right? And he said it's not that tithes was an evil thing, because they still had Levites, right? Mm-hmm. But he said, but y'all don't bring about no type of judgment. You don't exercise any type of mercy, and you don't have no type of faith. How many people, it's a lot of stuff that goes on in Israel that, again, damages the community. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of, it's broken homes. Sister on social media, always posting kids with no man. Mm-hmm. Whole time you've been in the truth since some kids have been born, but you know what? That's a broken home. It's brothers who fornicate, that leave them type of situations, that don't get exposed, that don't get called out, don't even get held accountable by the so-called homies.
Right.
If you you just out here dealing with these women and you damaging the community and you destroying people's souls, you can't come kick it.
Can't.
Absolutely not. We don't mess with you.
Nope.
Go deal with your wives. Go and go sit in the mess you made. That's a lot of times what is the worst. Mm-hmm. That's what people don't want to do, because it's uncomfortable. Like, dang, and every time you get frustrated, you got to default back to self. I did this. Yep. This is a result of my decision making, my lack of discipline. It's tough to have those conversations, but that doesn't make them any less real. Mm-hmm. And then you gotta look amongst who you with and say, okay, this brother got good gifts. I need to stick around him. I need to work with this person. I need to be with this person. I need to call this person and just listen so that I can be instructed, because I'm not these things. Mm-hmm. But you are. So let me stick with the people that I know are those things, and let me find my way into being more than what I am now. Go ahead.
Where was I at?
24.
24. Verse 24. And ye blind guides, which strain at a gnat and swallow a camel.
So you can't get the little stuff, but these things that are super difficult, you can't get that sleeping around is unlawful. You can't get that the way you treat people is important. You can't get that you have to contribute to your community. But you can understand prophecy and the statue in Daniel, and that's not what's needful. The things that are, they will be regardless, because these aren't even our words. It ain't like we prophesied, and certain people do play critical roles, and those are the ones that Christ has picked, and they will do their role. But for your average man, knowing that level of prophecy is not going to be profitable. And mind you, how are you getting fed? If I'm having marriage problems at home, if I'm having problems with my character, how is hearing about prophecy going to help that?
Facts.
How is hearing some new breakdown of some really difficult to understand scripture or a verse or all these things, how is that going to help? People need to be healed internally. We still in the process of cleaning ourselves.
To be honest, and you make a great point. To be honest, with all the debauchery that's been exposed in the Israelite community from various camps, your well-known camps, y'all should have hit the gates running. Congregants should have hit the gates running. And then leaders should have hit the gates running on trying to talk about how to rebuild, how to relearn, how to build your character. Not get online and trying to find, like you said, find a new doctrine, find what's hot. Bruh, your congregation is destroyed. Your people is destroyed. Your people is messed up. Your sheep is scattered. And you continue to do the same thing. It's like insanity. You continue to do the same thing over and over till you gather more men. Okay, right. That split happened. Okay, whatever. Then you gather more men and you gather more women just to destroy the new flock. That don't make no sense. You should have hit the gates running. You should have relearned, and you should have started working on what can I do to make this congregation better. Not right. Show up at no unity camp and just right. Hold camp on the street corner yelling at Esau. No. What can we do to get the sheep, bring them in, and keep them? What do our feast days look like?
Right.
What do paying alms look like? Mm-hmm. What do our Sabbaths look like? What do our new moons look like? Do we have a building? Do we have somewhere for the people to come and actually learn and actually be amongst each other so they can learn how to build their character up? But if you just come together for a new moon here and then a feast day here, y'all don't come together until dedication, and we don't come together until Passover. That don't make no sense. What community are you building?
Right.
What are you building? You're not building nothing. I'm telling you, the Israelite community is way behind the curve, bro. We're so far. Like, when our people were so-called released from slavery, they actually built communities.
Right.
They actually built communities with each other. They wasn't on the street corner yelling at Esau. They actually went to go get themselves an education to when, if we needed something, we could go to our own doctors. We can go to our own dentists. We can go to our own physicians and everything like that, our own grocery stores. Bro, we're behind the curve. We don't have any of that.
Right.
And yet we want to talk about the stuff that don't matter. We want to continue to do these debates. We want to continue to argue with Christians, and we don't want to build a community for the sick. And that's what the scripture in Matthew chapter 25 was going into. If you have fed or if you have saw my people when they were sick and you gave them a solution, you have done it to me.
Right.
That's what we're missing. We don't have that. But y'all want to go sit on the corner and tell Esau to kiss your boot. You want to, bro, it's just, it make no sense.
And where's the prophet? Oh, people look at that. People might even say, oh, man, I want to come and follow you. And what do you have for them? You don't have nowhere they can go. You don't have none of that stuff in place. But then you constantly trying to bring sheep in. But that's the same thing. Real quick, read verse 25.
Verse 25, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within there are full of extortion and excess.
That's
Lord have mercy.
A whole lot of Israel.
Lord
now, there's
have
nothing
mercy.
wrong with having a business, but there's a lot of extortioners. Now, keep in mind, the Pharisees wasn't just regular dudes. They were leaders of the people. People put their hope in the Pharisees, and the Pharisees would forsake them in a heartbeat if they ceased to benefit them. The Pharisees were not looking out for people and being fathers unto people to be able to build them up and to multiply themselves so that the nation can be fed, so that the nation can be helped, so that the nation can be saved. As soon as you stop benefiting them, you was irrelevant. And mind you, look how they did Christ. They was willing to kill him because he was affecting their extortion. Because they understood, just like today, the number one currency today is attention. Because you can sit up here and get a whole bunch of people attention and be like, oh, I'm going to sell these little candles, and they last after there's no power, yada, yada, yada. I'm going to reach 1 million people, and only 1% got to buy my product, and I'm going to have all this money. So they'll sit up here, and they'll read a couple verses and give you some understanding, and then the very next thing they want, man, where's the sale? Where's the money? Christ was tapping their pockets. That's why they hated him.
Yep.
He was messing with their influence, and that messed up the things that they could get from the people.
Facts.
As long as the people had their trust and they hope in the Pharisees, and the Pharisees tell them, give, they was going to give. But once Christ was calling them out publicly, calling them hypocrites and making the people second guess, people donations slowed down. They tithes slowed down. Their gifts slowed down. Their reverence slowed down. And they were willing to have Christ murdered because he did that. You can even see there was no, no honor among the thieves, because even Nicodemus had enough sense to be like, you know what, maybe I should go into this guy. Right. But when did he do it? He went at night. He was like, let me get out there real quiet when can't nobody see me. Yeah. Let me go quietly, because he know what the Pharisees would have did. Oh, you with him? Then you can't be amongst us.
Extortion in excess, though. Like, bruh, these camps with cash apps, you see cash apps with thousands of dollars and no building. You just extorting the people. Oh, it's for travel. It's for
right. I need this because I'm a teacher. Like,
bro, don't come travel over here.
Right.
Don't travel, sir. Go sit down and make sure home base is secure. Don't travel, buddy.
Right.
Bruh, like, sit down and make sure your congregation is okay.
Yeah.
And the scriptures is so real, because Israel, just like the Christian church, y'all blind. Y'all give y'all alms to who and whatever. Because he's a powerful, mighty teacher. We don't give a damn about a mighty teacher. We don't care about a mighty teacher.
Right.
We don't care about that. What did you do for your people, though? How did you help your people? Right? How did you get them to a better space? Did you expose the brother when he did that to the sister? Did you do that? No, we don't care about how mighty you teach on the corner. We don't care about how many heathens you done rebuked. We don't care about that. All Israel like to do is just mock at heathens and after the Sabbath go drink a bottle. Go heavy on the bottle. Bruh, it's time to, listen, and I'm not saying that you can't have fun, you can't drink, but look, when I was a child, I thought as a child. When I became a man, I put childish things away. There's a need for us to build this community in righteousness. There's a need for that. There's a need for that.
Yeah. Yes.
No, go ahead.
I'm going to get a couple more. Let's go to Luke 18. Because like you said, I think we had that conversation like a couple weeks ago. Like, man, brothers be a camp for 7 years, 10 years, and all you've mastered is coming together on the Sabbath and drinking and playing dominoes.
Come.
And people, man, our people need this stuff.
Yeah.
We're always, like we said, we can't say it enough, we're always in need of aid. Our people are always in need of help.
Mm-hmm.
Always in need of exhortation. And mind you, so for whatever reason, because mind you, when Christ walked the earth, there were some people that funded his ministry, but not nearly the way they funded the Pharisees. The ones that were wicked and that wasn't given back to the people, and that, mind you, the character they had, right? When Peter and Paul and the other apostles would be met by men, they would bow themselves like, you're one of the guys that was walking with Yahushua himself. And they'd be like, man, get up. I'm just a man. Mind you, they calling out spirits. They touching people and healing them. Paul was so virtuous, he could send you an article of his clothing. Hey, I've been wearing this handkerchief for about 3 days. This should have enough virtue in it to heal that man of his illness. And they would still say, rise up, man. Hey, hold on. I'm just a man. I'm just like you. The Pharisees wasn't even seeing those abilities, and they was turning their nose up. Call me rabbi. Call me master. Mm-hmm. Luke 18. I think I want verse 9. Uh-huh.
Luke chapter 18 and verse 9. And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous and despised others. 2 men went up into the temple to pray, and one a Pharisee and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself, God, and I thank thee that I am not as other men are, extortioners, unjust, adulterers, or even as this publican.
So this is what he's saying in his prayer. It say, I believe it's in Sirach. It said, when you pray, be careful lest you tempt the Lord. Mm-hmm. He was tempting the Lord with this prayer. Oh, I'm just thankful that I'm just not like these other dudes. These niggas out here trash. Man, these dudes, Lord, they be extortioners. Whole time he's a Pharisee. You're an extortioner, praying, sitting up here looking at people and looking down upon them and in disgust, in so much that he was speaking to the Lord like he was the homie. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm glad I'm with you instead of like these other dudes out here. Crazy. Go ahead.
I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess.
And was that evil? Absolutely not. That's a good work. If somebody is, but here's the thing. What is that worth without the character? What is that worth without the genuine love for your people? Mm-hmm. What is that worth if you using that to be able to flex and boast yourself against your own? Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And the publican, standing afar off, would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon the breast, saying, God be merciful to me, a sinner.
Go ahead.
I tell you, this man went down to his house justified rather than the other. Mm-hmm. For everyone that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
And that goes both ways. From a person that's thirsty to be able to be seen, to be in certain positions because they want authority, because they want money. Even if you end up doing good works, because the Pharisee wasn't saying, he wasn't saying nothing wrong as far as what he did. giving tithes and what do you say? He fasted twice a week. Was that evil? No, that's a good thing. But look at his perspective because he does that. Oh, I'm better than the rest of them. I'm better than that dude. Oh, thank God I'm not like this man right here, Lord. It's like, damn.
Right.
But then the other man, mind you, he even said, oh, man, Lord, please have mercy upon me. I'm a sinner. He might be struggling. He might have a stronghold that he's trying to overcome, but he's going to the Lord in humility saying, please have mercy upon me. And he's showing that he wants to overcome it. And humility. And the Lord didn't say, oh, you know, I kind of put them on the same place because, you know, this guy is struggling, but he's at least. He said he's more justified than that Pharisee that might not have that same stronghold, but that sits up there and disregards his people and sees his own brethren as less than. The Lord said all flesh is as grass in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't regard one blade of grass over the other, unless, of course, they're righteous, and even then, you're still grass. Like, how much glory is in a piece of grass? How much glory is in any individual blade over the other? Now, you have value if you choose to have value and choose to serve, but he said, don't get it twisted. That doesn't make you so much better and mightier and all that type of stuff. The prophets, again, they had real abilities and still walked in a huge level of humility, still walked in a level of servitude and subservience. Let me do what I can. Sacrificing all the things that they could and really should have for themselves. It's unfortunate that a righteous prophet has to suffer poverty or has to suffer, you know, figuring things out or has to be in captivity with the those that don't even regard the Most High. But yet and still, we're one and the same. We're all going to have to, or we're all going to have to serve through that captivity. We're all going to be in those circumstances, in those predicaments. He said, look, he was more justified just off the fact that he's not boasting himself and making it seem like he's so much more than what he is.
Yeah. So, our people, man. It's get Romans chapter 13. You need it? Yeah, he said, I'm trying to get these spirits up out of here. Want me to bring you closer?
If it's not too much trouble, or
Yeah.
it's fine.
Romans 13 and verse 11.
Romans 13 and 11, and that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believed.
Right. So even when we first came into the truth and we read this scripture, we like, oh, salvation is near. But like, even 12, 15 years down the road, it's like, nah, it's really, it's here. Like, read that again.
And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
We got to wake up out of sleep. The Israelite community is asleep. You got to open your eyes to see what's really going on. Right? And don't be the person to say, well, you know, I'm leaving the Israelite community.
Right.
Nah, don't leave. Be the change. Be the change you want to see. Be the change that you want to see, because you saying I'm leaving the Israel, that's just a cop-out.
Right.
That's a cop-out because you don't want to do the work. Just think about it. All the stuff that Christ dealt with the Pharisees, with his own people, Christ didn't use that as a cop-out. Right. He said, oh, I'm leaving. I'm about to leave the Israelite community. Right. I'm gone. Nah, he said, I got to die for these people. I got to die for them. And those who get it, they will get it. Those who don't, they won't. But that's a cop-out. That's really a cop-out. That means you don't want to do the work. That means that you just, there's something in you that's not enduring. Like, you don't have no type of endurance. Right? Finish that.
And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe.
Right? We got to understand, like, I was talking to my brother the other day, and we was having a little meeting. I'm just like, bro, if you see what's up against us, you see what's up against our kids, we gonna need the Most High and Yahweh Shai, because we're not preparing like we're supposed to. Right. We're not putting in the work like we're supposed to. Right? You don't say, it's not a blink of an eye type of situation that the Most High or Christ is going to come and just change you. You have to put the work in to do it yourself. You can't just sit around and just watch. You can't sit around and just say, hey, they got it. No, we have to have it. There's a need for all of us. There's a need for the men to step in their position and do the things that they need to do. We're right at the door. We're right at the door. We're living these prophecies, right? These plagues are going to hit, but they're already hitting. Like the scriptures say, it's just birth pains, right? It's just getting worse and worse. Like, what's next? We had COVID. What's next? Are we prepared for that? What is it? So there's a need for the men to step up in that place and actually lead how they're supposed to. There's a need for the women to step in place and actually teach the women, teach the children. Sisters, get offline, get off of Facebook and stop trying to teach men. Focus on your role. Focus on what you need to teach. Focus on teaching the women. That's what's needed. Focus on teaching the children. That's what's needed. We need more doctors. We need more nurses. We need more gardeners. We need these things for our community. We need this. Go ahead. That was it.
Okay, go on.
If you had something, I don't know if you had something. Real quick, let's go to 1 Kings. No, let's go to Jeremiah first. Jeremiah chapter 29. And this is something I want to go into, later on as we continue this segment. Just focus on rebuilding, bro. Just getting back to who we actually are as a people and not that stereotype that people place on us. We don't want to have the Drewskis mocking us. Right. We don't want that. We want to be seen in a different type of light, right? Jeremiah 29 and read verse, 18? Yeah. Read verse 4. On down.
Verse 4, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon. Build ye houses.
Right, build ye houses. Before we get that, go to 1 Kings. This is why we in this position. And it's the same thing to this day, to our current situation, being in this truth, being in this thing that we call the truth, being in the faith. It's the same thing. 1 Kings, chapter 17, and let's read verse 7 on down.
1 Kings 17:7, and it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, Arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belongeth to Zidon, and dwell there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. And so he arose and went to Zarephath, and when he came to the
Hold
gate
on.
of the...
I think that's, wait, let me see. I think that might be, it might be 2 Kings. 2 Kings. Second Kings?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
2 Kings 17:9. And the children of Israel, you want verse 8?
Read verse 7.
Verse 7. For so it was that the children of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God, which had brought them up out of the land of Egypt, from under the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and had feared other gods, and walked in the statutes of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things which were not right against the Lord their God, and they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city.
I don't think it's no different today in this truth, because I see Israelites acting like the heathen. When you watch these Jewish people and how they treat people, it's cold-blooded. Like, the scripture saying Deuteronomy about an Edomite and I think a Moabite. Because remember where you were. Now, mind you, there's a time and place for everything. I know who my enemy is, but I don't have to mock on a day-to-day basis. I don't have to do that. I don't. But it's giving Jewish how you Negroes act. That's exactly what it's giving. You act just like them. You wear the star just like them. I mean, come on now. Like, you wear the zits just like them. I mean, I don't know. I'm just seeing the similarities. It don't make no sense, bruh. It don't. The only thing is, they got the money to fund their own communities. Nigga, you don't. So while you walking around acting prideful and in your pride and trying to, bruh, you got a lot of work to do. Read. You can chime in whenever you want.
Con.
Go ahead.
And walked in the statutes of the heathen, verse 8, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel, and of the kings of Israel, which they had made. And the children of Israel did secretly those things that were not right against the Lord their God. And they built them high places in all their cities, from the tower of the watchman to the fenced city. And they set them up images in groves in every high hill and under every green tree. And there they burnt incense in all the high places, as did the heathen, whom the Lord carried away before them, and wrought wicked things to provoke the Lord to anger.
And I believe, even all the communities that we built outside of Tulsa, those were ultimately destroyed because we still didn't have the knowledge of who the Most High was and keeping his commandments like we were supposed to. I think we have a fighting chance now because we understand the law, we understand the commandments, and the fact that we have it and we're not doing it, there's a lot of work that we need to do. There's a lot that's against us. Go back to Jeremiah.
Just real fast.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna read it on my way back to Jeremiah, Deuteronomy 4:6. It says, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. So we're not supposed to get the law and get worse. Like, we not supposed to get the law. You knew about slavery all your life. Before you ever came into the truth, before you ever picked up a Bible, you knew about slavery and didn't have none of that energy. Now you know you're an Israelite, and every time you go out and teach, you deal with the heathen more than you do Israel. I don't see Christ prioritizing his hatred for the Romans.
Bruh.
I don't see Christ. He didn't even, the only time that he even spoke about or with them was just when somebody asked him, man, do we have to pay taxes? And he was like, give unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. Mm-hmm. I don't see him talking about the Romans outside of that. He didn't go and was like, man, I will, because mind you, that's the man himself.
Right.
That's the man who said, I'm going to make your enemies kiss your feet, and you shall know that I have loved you. And he didn't move in his authority to make it all about the glory that he wanted to have amongst men.
Yeah.
Again, what profit is that in for our people? People got, Israel, we have issues out the wazoo.
Bruh.
Back to the Jeremiah.
Listen, I don't see people mock the Nation of Islam. Lord have mercy. Like,
They don't.
if I could just, I can't detach myself because I'm in this with y'all. Mm-hmm. But we got to do better. We got to do better. We got to do better. Go ahead.
Jeremiah.
That's a good point, though.
All praises.
This should be the wisdom that we have in the sight of the nations. They shouldn't view us as clowns.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I just be, because some people, it's like, man, the priority on the law is not there. Their priority on character and how you treat your people's not there. But then it's like, oh, I can't wait to be a slave master, and I'm going to do. It's like, dude, there will be a time for vengeance. But in the kingdom, what's the point of like abusing the heathen? This going to be the help.
Right.
Hey, man, come on in here and get to this and get to that. I need you to be able to function in your role. You're supposed to be a servant. Unless you're doing wrong, there's no need to just wake up and be like, let me come up with different forms of torture. That was the evil that the heathen committed. Right. That time will already have been passed. By the time we're in the kingdom as immortal beings, what need do I have to be able to? You already defeated.
There's going to be peace.
You only even here because you agree with the program.
Why do I gotta wake up angry in the kingdom? See this nigga. I'm tired of him.
Right.
I'm tired of this Moabite. Right. Tired of looking at him. Off with his head. Bruh, come on now.
It's a waste. And that's what people be prioritizing. Oh, I'm coming up with all these. It's like, bro, get your salvation first.
Come.
I don't have those aspirations to be like, man, I'm trying to make it first.
Right.
Once I'm secure, all right, cool. And even then, that vengeance will have already been enacted.
Yeah.
At that point, you just messing with the help.
And Jakes be talking as if they're for sure they're gonna be in the like.
When I get to the kingdom, I'm gone. It's like, bro.
Yeah, I forgot all Israel gonna make it, huh? And you're gonna be wicked and be regenerated. Oh, okay, yeah.
Ooh, wee.
That's crazy. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 29:5. Starting in verse 4, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I have caused to be carried away from Jerusalem unto Babylon.
So in captivity, you still have to do this. You still have to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments in captivity because that's how we get out of captivity. Okay. That's what put us in captivity in the first place because we broke the laws, statutes, and the commandments. Right? Read.
Build ye houses.
Build ye houses. And that should be priority. A lot of us Israelites are broke. We're nowhere to live. Y'all still staying at your mama house, on the couch, playing video games, and then you go out on the street telling somebody how to live.
Ooh.
Come on now. We got to do better. Read.
Build ye houses and dwell in them, and plant gardens and eat the fruit of them.
Oh, plant gardens. That's for punks. That's the Israelite community. That's for punks who want to grow a lily.
Right, extra tough. He gonna be out there making the lines of your gardens with a sword
Right.
and an axe in the dirt. I ain't no gardener. I'm just gonna come out. It's like, bro, that's needful for life.
I'm going to punch the dirt.
Right.
Crazy. Go ahead.
Build ye houses and dwell in them, and plant gardens and eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives and beget sons and daughters, and take wives for your sons, and give your daughters to husbands, that they may bear sons and daughters, that ye may be increased there and not diminished.
You see that? He's showing you how to get the kingdom, how to get the kingdom back.
Right.
That was the whole journey from Egypt to the wilderness, to the land of Canaan, to the land of milk and honey, to grow gardens and build houses and marry your sons off and marry your daughters off, and so you can be increased in the land, so you don't be diminished, so you will grow. That's literally the kingdom. Not the stuff we doing right now. But it's going to start with you going out to teach, bringing those souls in who are worthy, learning how to keep them, getting those who are worthy, those who are skilled, because every time we were coming back from captivity, we gathered those who had wisdom and skills and different things to labor so we can rebuild the kingdom. And this happened time and time again throughout the history. Right? Read.
And seek the peace of the city, whether I have caused you to be carried away captive.
Seek the peace of the city. Don't go around acting like a nigga. Seek peace. We all want peace. Right? Read.
And pray unto the Lord for it.
Pray unto the Lord for it. Because some of y'all don't pray for it. Y'all just be like, I'm about to go out here and I'm going to jail today. Read.
And pray unto the Lord for it, for in the peace thereof shall ye have peace. Just as a side note, I remember, even reading that now, it's like, dang, even if we don't live in righteous cities, we should hope that there's peace in these cities. First and foremost, for the most part, most of us live amongst our people, whether they're right. Serving the Most High or not. So I don't want to hear gunshots and killings and see prostitutes and all this tagging and all that street light. I don't want to see that, because I know this is my people destroying themselves. On top of that, okay, yeah, we striving to serve the Most High, but I don't want to have to be in that environment. I don't want to have to be subject. But if there's peace in the city that I'm staying in, then I'm going to have peace.
Facts.
Because I'm not worried about, oh, man, it's a hot summer. Oh, man, it's the summer for to be on fire. That's not a comfortable feeling. That's what our people have adopted. And it's unfortunate because, like you said, we come into the truth with a lot of those mentalities. You was in the streets before you came into the truth. And it's not to say that you have to be a punk and be docile and just but you shouldn't be banging and that stuff is unprofitable. The street life, man, leave that behind. You know what that is now? The most valuable thing that you get from your experiences is you have a testimony to help somebody else. So when somebody else is coming in and they are accustomed to a certain lifestyle, you can show them this is how you get out, or this is the way that you need to take to be able to prosper this way now. You did that. You was the man out there, but now the Lord has called you for something greater.
Keep
reading.
No, that was it. I want you to read this. Like I said, we're going back to the basics, bro. From Babylon to Timbuktu. Read that 91. Start right there. We going back to the basics. We got to get back to the basics because I'm gonna be real. Even me myself, I really see the importance now. I see the importance of getting out of the city and actually living amongst each other. And I think we all have a selfish mindset sometimes and say I just want to focus on me and my family. But if we talking about building the kingdom, there's a need for practice. So read that.
The black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes. They carried their culture, history, laws, and written records with them.
Right? So they had an advantage over wherever nation or country they went into, they always had the advantage. And why? Because they kept their written laws with them. They kept their culture with them. Right? Read.
This assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization.
Right. So this was a surety that once they got there, they could thrive. Mm-hmm. Right? Read.
Because of the stability of the black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autochthonous population.
Right. So they weren't influenced by the cultures around them. They actually influenced the culture, just like today. In the so-called black and Latin community, we influence these other nations even in wickedness. This is what makes this all the more true. Because everywhere we go, even in wickedness, we influence. But imagine if we kept the righteousness of the law and how we can influence other people. Right? Read.
In fact, the Jews absorbed some of the native tribes.
You see that? So they like, man, the Jews is on. We want to do what they doing. Right? Read.
The Jews made use of every opportunity. They were an industrious and skillful people.
Bro, it says they made use of every opportunity. They did not skip a beat. If there was an opportunity to do something, they did it. But the thing is, our people, they like to be opportunists in wickedness. Let's be opportunists in righteousness. Right. Let's hop on every opportunity to do righteousness, to build with our people. Let's hop on those opportunities. This is what our people was. This is what was inside of them. Read.
And the Jewish Ghanaian states were found kings, princes, governors, generals, secretaries, treasurers, revenue agents, judges, architects, engineers, doctors, historians, language interpreters, mathematicians, jewelers, sculptors, masons, carpenters, painters of art, goldsmiths, leather workers, potters, armorers, saddlers, blacksmiths, agriculturalists,
mm-hmm.
etc.
Etc. All the things and skillful people to build a nation. Everywhere they went. That should be us. That should be us. That should be us. You want to know why? Because it's in us. We just want to be niggardly. But it's in us. It's in us. Here at True Nation, we got brothers here who's going after trades, business. We trying to get it together. Masons, carpenters, electricians. We trying to get it going. Most High willing, we have people in here who's interested in going to be doctors and nurses and stuff, so we can actually have those in our community. That's what we're trying to build. That's what we're trying to do.
And it gives you the opportunity to plug in place. Like a lot of times, we have the mentality like, oh, you know, when Christ come back, I've heard that a lot of times. A lot of our people, I'm talking about within the Israelite community, just think that when Christ comes back, then it'll all be made right. But he wants to come back and see the kingdom that we've built. He wants to come back and see a functioning society. He wants to come back and deal with the righteous. Imagine if we just sit up here oh, he'll work it out, he'll work it out, he'll work it out. The culture I think it's divulged, right? We divulge the culture. Basically, it's eradicated. It's wiped out. Mm-hmm. And you got people speaking a crazy language with horrible attire, coming to Christ, eating pork, not even knowing who he is. Mm-hmm. Talking about, oh, you're the one that was written of, huh? You know how much of a destruction that there always is in our culture, in our heritage, in our knowledge, because we don't have the things that we need, the resources to plug and play.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
And money is one thing. It does have to be funded, but look at all the things that our people were capable of. Can I? You got a scripture you about to pull up?
Yeah.
Con, go ahead. I'll get after it.
Okay, go to Luke 17 and verse 20. Luke 17, 20.
Luke 17 and 20. And when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of God should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of God cometh not with observation. Neither shall they say, lo, here, or lo, there. For behold, the kingdom of God is within you.
That's to the brother point. Like, we looking in the sky, we looking, bruh, the kingdom is literally within you. The kingdom is within all of us. The different skills that we have, just like Corinthians described the body parts, that's the kingdom. What can we contribute to bring forth the kingdom? It's in us. Right? You got something? Go ahead.
It's going to go a little off.
All right, let me just get this scripture, Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8. So the kingdom is within us. So while we looking here and looking there and looking everywhere, we need to focus within ourselves and understand, like, this is all we got. This is what we got. Let's make it work. Joshua chapter 1 and verse 8 through 9.
This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein.
Don't cherry pick, because in the Israelite community, we just like the Christians now, trying to cherry pick. Everything that's in here is in here for a reason. Read.
For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success.
That's why we haven't had good success, because we haven't been doing according to the law. Let's get to that. Read.
Have not I commanded thee? Be strong and of a good courage.
Be strong and of a good courage. Read.
Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God is with thee, whithersoever thou goest.
Right? The Lord God is with us. All we got to do is believe. All we got to do is have faith in keeping these commandments. Go ahead.
Still dealing with character, man. Let's go to Proverbs 16 and 2 real quick.
Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 2. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirit.
It said that the Lord weighs the spirit.
Or the spirits.
So within our community, right, we really starting to get an idea of all the stuff that's needful. Because you have to have an established nation in order to be a nation. Like we said, whenever, because somebody might be like, we coming out of Esau, we ain't dealing with Esau. Brother, where's your food? If you don't have a grocery store, how are you going to eat? If you don't have someone to tell you what's wrong, how are you going to diagnose yourself? If you don't, there's all these different things that we don't have. And then you have a lot of people that will do things that are either not profitable or insincerely. Mm-hmm. And it's like the Most High is weighing all of these things. Anything that we do and even the works that we put in, the Most High is weighing a person's spirit behind that. Well, why are you doing that? What's your thoughts while you do this great thing? What's your thoughts while you're being used? What's your mentality? He wants to weigh and see where you stand in the balance. That's the whole reason why it's like, man, but you know what? That slows down progress a lot. It's having the wrong mentalities about stuff. Because our people had to sacrifice. When everything is established, that's when everybody wants to show up. That's when everybody wants to be included. That's when everybody's like, okay, cool. Let me go down there. But somebody got to build it. Somebody got to give you that experience. Somebody has to put in the thought, has to put in the time, has to meditate and give themselves to saying, how can this be furthered?
Right.
There's need for all of those things.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, Con. So let's go back to Matthew 6.
Have your fill, my brother.
Oh, praises. Because again, one of the things that's happening is Israel is starting to wake up. We are in a space to where we're waking up, we're coming back, we're back to our culture. But again, there's just a lot of damage in our communities. Okay, so recently, within the past month or two, I've come across a couple of people, men and women. And you just naturally come across people who have opinions. Even if you're in the store and someone will be like, hey, shalom, ain't that what y'all say? Like, oh, what's going on? Yeah, I just see your fringes. Yeah, you know, my cousin is an Israelite. My brother, my sister's husband and whatever. And you never know what that's going to mean. Because you never know the type of impression that they've been given from this other Israelite. And that's unfortunate. You should be able to have a level of confidence in saying, oh, you came across another Israelite? Okay, good, all praises. It was a brother doing security at a store. And he had met Yashamai before he ever seen me. And then I walked in with the same brand of shirt. He was like, oh, Tribal Society. Like, oh, I know y'all. Like, yeah, I was just talking to y'all. I was like, okay. This is my first time meeting him. But just off the good rapport he had of another brother, he was like, oh, y'all cool.
Right. Facts.
Oh, all praises. Seen him I think yesterday. Oh, what's going on, man? How you been? But this is the thing. When the scriptures talk about walking in wisdom to those that are without, that's the benefit. It's not that we just get to omit the law just because our people don't know any better, and it doesn't mean we could do the same thing amongst the heathen. Was it not the reputation that the Most High's name had that made him slow down when he was getting ready to destroy all Israel? Moses didn't say, oh, Israel's going to remember. He like, nah, you about to eradicate them. But think about how the heathen are going to view you now. Even they going to have something to say. They don't even have gods. But if you sit up here and destroy your people, guess what you're going to get? A whole lot of opinions. And they're always going to have that one-up of, you don't even know the history of your people. You just a reimagined reconfiguration of the originals. You know your God destroyed all your people and started over.
That's a great point.
So,
Because God being God, he could have been like, nigga, I'm going to do this.
Right.
But that's what Israelites do. Like, they act like they bigger than God.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
And that also means that even with the heathen, there's a level of couth. We know who our enemies are. When it's time, man, how many times have you been called out your name? Have you seen your brother and your sister called out their name? Have you had to clock in? I think a lot of times that's what gets to me more than a lot of other stuff. I'd be like, captivity. I would so much rather do this for myself to build up my family and my kids after me, Lord willing, or help my brother build. It feel way easier when I'm helping my people. Man, this is my good brother. I'll show up. Yeah, I'll help you move. I'll help you, whatever. And that love to be selfless is what we need to get more of. We need to get to that point. I need to get to that point, and it can't be an individual thing. It's a lot of us that have a lot of things we need to put away, that have a lot of things we need to figure out, that have a lot of things we need to change so that we can help contribute to the nation. Let's go to Matthew 6. Let's start at verse 5. Let's get 5 and 6, and then we'll drop down to 16.
All right. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
And when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are. For they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men.
Uh-huh.
Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
Go ahead.
But thou, when thou prayest, enter in thy closet, and when thou hast shut thy door, pray to thy Father, which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth thee in secret shall reward thee openly.
So why go here, right? Drop down to verse 16.
Verse 16, moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
So that's why we went to the verse before this. The Lord is weighing the intents of the heart. It's not like there's a reward or a benefit to letting other people see or flex or, because imagine this, right? Imagine you have somebody that don't even mess with you, but the spotlight is on you. So now they come in and, hey, like.
Let me get some of that shine.
Right, let me get some of that shine. Yeah, don't talk to him, don't mess with him, but I'll make a toast to you because I'm going to get that spotlight for a moment. I'm going to be seen. I'm going to feed my ego. We need somebody to pray? Everybody bow your heads. Give a 45-minute prayer to be seen of men. He said that was your reward.
I know a brother like that.
Because they really out there.
Come.
They really out there. And it's unfortunate. Like I said, it's just counterproductive. It's not profitable. It's not profitable. Let's read on.
Verse 17, but thou, when thou fastest, anoint thine head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth thee in secret shall reward thee openly.
Go ahead.
Lay not up for yourselves treasure upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal.
Go ahead.
But lay up yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal.
So as much as, and I hear brothers talk about this all the time, a lot of our people want their glory now. A lot of our people want to be seen a certain way, want to convince people they're a certain way, and they're willing to do whatever to be able to get the riches, the glory, the good times. If you get, we see in the scriptures, it wasn't wrong to have wealth. It wasn't wrong to have a sense of luxury. But what did they do? They used it to build up and to help the people. So for all the money that is flowing around, for all the money that brothers get and they living off of alms and all this other type of stuff, it's like, dude, that's your reward.
Yep.
That's all you're going to get from whatever it is that you do, because that's ultimately what you're after in the first place. But now, if you invest that into your community, guess what? You cultivating not only a culture, but you're helping further the culture. Because when we can live amongst ourselves, it's way easier to stay in the right mind frame when I can see my brother every day. It's way easier to view ourselves as a community when I'm only right up the street. Even now, we might live 5 minutes away from each other, but 5 minutes in a city could be a lot of distance. That could be a lot of distance. But if I could see you every day, okay, this becomes easier to build and to grow. But people, they want to profit. And that's why he said, you're full of excess and extortion. You're going to take from your own. Mind you, they putting their hope in the Pharisees. It's not just like, oh, man, I lost $50. It's like, you're going to make this $50 worth more than the $50.
Those were their teachers, bro.
Yeah.
They trusted them.
They trusted them. And it's unfortunate how many people, they said, man, Israel, and it's crazy. You know better than the heathen when you're looking to profit off your people. Because it says they make merchandise of us. Let's go to Proverbs 23 and 23 real quick.
Proverbs chapter 23 and verse 23.
Go ahead.
But the truth, Salakia, buy the truth and sell it not. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding.
So
Salakia. Oh, no. You good.
come on. So not only, invest in the truth, but whatever it is that you had to give, we're supposed to give freely, especially when it comes to this word.
Come.
Now, you got stuff at home, you got some type of product you selling, whatever, okay. And, our people were skilled. People need those skills. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I can provide you with a service and, I'm looking for some monetary gain. But that service shouldn't be with the word.
Come.
If this brother is skilled, he can do a number of things as far as have an expertise as far as construction. If I sit up here and something's wrong with my driveway or something's wrong with something in my house, whatever, and I don't know how to fix it, there's nothing wrong with saying I'll help you out and I'm gonna charge for what I know.
Right.
But now if I come to the same brother and I say, man, you know what? I see you have wisdom, bro. Explain to me how you got to being at this level. And he like, oh yeah, man, you can go subscribe on my. It's only like $2.99
right.
a lesson and
right.
$15 a month. And man, you watch Netflix.
Subscribe
so
to me,
pay
brother.
Me. Yeah, that man.
That's wild.
It's wild.
That's wild.
A couple more. Let's go.
And then it don't go nowhere.
Man.
Spend it on prostitutes.
Oh.
Like, come on now. It don't go back into the community. I could see if it was going back into the community.
Right. Right.
Look, y'all. Look what I got for the community.
Right. Nothing wrong with saying, hey, you know what? We're trying to accomplish this for the people. So we need to fund it through the people, for the people. Okay,
right.
We finna have an event. We finna host a dinner. We finna sell plates, whatever. However we hustle it. But it's for the benefit of the people. It ain't like somebody taking that money personally, pocketing and going off to, oh, man, I've been looking for this vacation.
Right.
I've been looking to be able to go feed this desire. It should be for the people.
Come.
Let's go to John 15.
John chapter 15.
Verse 12.
And verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you.
Go ahead.
Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
He said the first thing is, I'm commanding you to love each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many different things are covered in that, from the way that you talk, the way that you treat somebody, the way that you're willing to help that person, the way that you show up when they down,
Mm-hmm.
the way that you're all the different things that you could do for and by a person. And he said, I'm commanding you, love one another as I loved you. And then he said, greater love hath no man. Because what did Christ do? Christ laid down his life from start to finish. From start to, even when he was a kid, he at the temple learning. That's the time that, I heard that growing up a lot. Let a kid be a kid.
Right.
Just let them. It's fine. There's nothing wrong. And ultimately, it's like, nah, kids have to be built up to be the next generation. Kids shouldn't always be in the background and shouldn't always, just be, they kids, right? They're going to play. You can put a kid in a room of nothing. They're going to play and paint and imagine. Nothing wrong. But they also need to be built up. They also need to hear, because the world is telling them stuff every day, all day. The world's sending them messages every day, all day. Our people need to be embraced. That's a big one. It's a level of love to do all of these things. Let's go to Romans 12 and 9. Not only in actions, but there's another big thing that comes with that.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation.
Without dissimulation. Hold
Without
on.
dissimulation.
Let's get that real fast. The definition of dissimulation. Hold on, can't even spell it.
Dissimulation.
There it is.
Concealment of one's thoughts, feelings, or character.
Uh-huh.
Pretense. Let me get another one.
Here's another one. It says to hide under a false appearance.
Con.
That's what you got.
To hide under false appearance.
Fake love.
Con.
Because telling somebody you got them, telling somebody you love them, locking yourself in. And how many fake friends have you come across in this walk?
Damn.
It does damage, though.
Con.
It does damage to the brotherhood. It does damage to the nation. And it's not just because here's the thing, right? Because that dissimulation will grow, right? Mm-hmm. It'll grow into just a little envy, just a little cold shoulder, to an outward speaking, to the gathering in private councils, to a full-blown false witnessing against a man or against a sister that you hate. That's an act of hatred. That's slander and lies. That's an act of an enemy. Even Sun Tzu, The Art of War, all warfare is based on deception. Mm-hmm. How many wars have been waged against people, our people, under false pretenses, under false love, under broken treaties and unanswered promises? Now imagine if the people that do this are allowed to live forever. If we're members, we're members of the body of Christ, that's like having a cancer. And what does it do? It multiplies itself and it spreads and it wreaks havoc. Mm-hmm. It wreaks havoc. It would infect other people. So, we just want to focus. That's what we want to focus on: character and culture. We really trying to rebuild the broken and lost paths that our forefathers had. Really trying to get back to a level of service from the Most High. And it's so much more than just going out on the street and teaching. It's more than just being behind a desk and teaching. Israel has needs. Israel has problems. Israel has ailments we need fixed. It's so many different things. We got to rebuild our nation. We got to rebuild our people.
And yeah, that's good because, like I said before, the only way we can thrive and live in a community together is if we fix ourselves and work on our character. I think that's a big thing. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we're going to be going into as far as like within the law, learning the law, understanding the law, because again, that's our culture. That's what made us wise in the sight of the nation. That's what made us wise amongst each other. That's what made us deal righteously amongst each other. So yeah, we're going to be going into that. We're going to be going into different things that led us down this path and how we get to the righteous path. We're going to talk about all type of stuff: clothing, health. It's a lot of stuff that needs to be talked about within this community. And then if you guys have any suggestions on anything you guys want us to touch on, any topics, whether it's in the media, podcast, news, whatever, we will do our research and go into it and align it with the scriptures. So you can send either me, Brother Shamar, you could even send it to True Nation, email truenation.org, and send in your suggestions. We're open for them. But what's that? Okay, con. reach us at truenation.org. So you could go there and just give your suggestions, anything that you want us, that you guys want us to touch on, and we could go into it. But yeah, that's all I have for tonight. I think this is going to be a wonderful segment, deconstruction, deconstruct to reconstruct. And yeah, hopefully you guys love the lesson. Looking forward to the lesson. So we'll be on the lineup. And just tap into our other classes. We got a whole lineup tomorrow. We got Bishop Yaziquel, War with the Kingdom, or War for the Kingdom. And then we have Bishop Tazayawan with Feed the Sheep. That's all we got for tonight, unless you had something else. What was that? Arkansas?
I don't know.
Arkansas?
I'm not sure. She can email us.
Okay, yeah, Con.
Con, just to close, Sister Jolene, you used a small video, a small shout out to the Israelites in AK, inviting them to watch. Email us. I'm not sure if that's Arkansas or what that is, but email us. We definitely will. Oh, Alaska. All praises.
Con.
Con.
Yeah, shout out to all the Israelites scattered abroad.
Con.
We appreciate y'all for tapping in. We know it's late. It's 11:13 where we are.
Con.
There's quite a few people online. We appreciate y'all for tapping in and listening and getting our perspective. We want to continue to build. We want to continue to grow, and we want to continue to instruct our people in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So, yeah, without further ado.
All praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High. Shalom.
Shalom.
If it wasn't for the Most High who was on my side, man, ain't no telling where I'd be. Mr. Wilson would've known. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. The Father's been good to me. So good to me. Yeah. Wave your hands if you feel me. I'm a witness. Yahweh's been good to me. So good to me. Every morning that I rise, I thank Yahweh that I'm living. Keep my enemies at bay and never leave without my fringes. 1611 with me cause I'm on the mission.